Whoa. Oh, hey there, friends. It's been a year. Oh boy, what a year. If you told me 12 months ago that I'd walk halfway across Japan, propose to my girlfriend, and walk even further with my dad on the Camino Portugues through Portugal and Spain, all while learning to balance upside down and swing a rope around like some kind of urban cowboy. Woo. This year has been an incredible blend of challenges and lessons. That kind that stretch you, in a good way, inspire you, and make you question everything. But here we are, let's talk about it. First off, Japan, 6 weeks, mostly on foot. Why? Because walking everywhere teaches you things, like to truly appreciate nature, the rhythm of your own footsteps, and how to follow Google Maps without accidentally walking onto a highway. Jokes aside, walking just hits different. It's not just about getting from A to B. It's about wondering what's around the next corner or what's inside a little shop over there. This transforms the journey into a real-life adventure where you give yourself the chance to explore and discover. And honestly, that's how we discovered incredible places, places which had a major impact upon both of us. Visiting Japan had been a dream for both me and my girlfriend, now wife. Since we were kids, we would talk about it endlessly, saying that someday. But this year we finally stopped postponing and just went for it. And let me tell you, it was everything we dreamed of and so much more. Surprisingly, Japan wasn't even as pricey as we feared. Well, we were traveling mostly like pilgrims, eating from grocery stores and stuff. But honestly, that's how I like it best. There's a strange joy in exploring a grocery store where you don't understand the language. You have no idea if what you bought is sweet or salty. Heck, you don't even know if it's vegetable or meat. But everything looks just so clean and delicious. You really feel like an alien who just landed on a foreign planet. It's just so good. And then on the Nakasendo Trail near to Tsumagojuku, it happened. I proposed, she said yes, we both cried. Thank goodness she said yes. Imagine walking all those miles, getting rejected, and then still having to walk the rest together. That would have made for a very different end of year reflection. Then, later this year, we were fortunate enough to walk the Camino Portugues, an actual pilgrimage. 260 kilometers give or take, with my full-fledged wife and dad. What could be better than spending days with the people you love, carrying your whole life on your shoulders, and enduring all those challenges together?
Whew, what a walk. My legs feel like a mush, and mentally it has been a challenge.
Seriously though, it was extremely humbling. There's something truly magical, I say yet again, about putting one foot in front of the other, about sharing stories and realizing that the journey, not the destination, is what transforms you. If you'd like a closer look to that experience, there's a link to that video in the description of this one. Between the miles, the hikes and the adventures, the greatest mountain to conquer is your everyday life. No matter how great your adventure is or was, one day you'll return to the ordinary. Even Bilbo or Frodo eventually had to return to their everyday lives in the Shire and make sense of it all. That's where I am now, trying to take everything that I learned from the experiences that I had, to understand them and to gradually adapt them into my life. I discovered that for me it's really important to take my time with the experiences that I had. I revisit them to see how it happened, how I felt, and how the outcome affected me and the people around. And that usually teaches you a lot of stuff. In every experience, if you look close enough, there is so much to learn from it. Yes, it can be difficult, sometimes even painful, but by resolving them, you get the power to continue differently. This is how I think we can change. Live courage. Live, feel, question, work, resolve, grow. Let's talk training. This year I dedicate myself to practicing the handstand, a truly humbling endeavor, I tell you. After an entire year, I can say it's improving a little, though I was sure I'd be much better by now. Along the way, I realized that the goals for my body are harder to achieve than anticipated and require way more studying and practicing. I want my body to be strong, flexible, and adaptable. And to reach that, I had to rethink my training approach again and again. Letting go of my standard gym routine, at least partially, was tough. I was really worried about losing muscle. Like, imagine if you change your standard training routine and you start with something new, you don't know what will happen. And to become more fluid, I started dancing. Yes, dancing. Something I used to not like a lot. And now here I am doing it. Life is weird. I also stumbled upon the way of the rope, a practice where you swing a rope in circles around you. If it sounds nice or fun to you, then just give it a try. It's really amazing and it has a lot of lessons for everyone. The goal is to train effective and complex movement to empower and heal the spine. I've only just started, so I can't say much yet. But it's really fun, and let's be honest, practice isn't always fun. On top of that, I've been posting shorts daily for over a year now. Woohoo! And larger ones, almost weekly. I even started live streaming some of my training sessions, because nothing screams humble student of life like putting yourself on the internet for the world's judgment. But hey, honestly, it's been a blast. If even one person feels inspired to try something new because of my awkward attempts, it's all worth it. Or at least that's what I tell myself. So, as the end of the year came, I asked myself, what did I learn from all this? Here are some things that encapsulate this whole year and the lessons in it. Embrace change. Change is life's only constant. Some changes you create, others come uninvited. But resisting them makes life only harder. Let yourself flow with the currents, adapt and evolve. Face your fears. They're often what keeps you stuck. Growth sometimes lives on the other side of that discomfort. Move with freedom. Life flows better when your body and mind are in harmony. Engage in practices that make you flexible, mobile and fluid, both mentally and physically. Movement isn't just exercise, it's a way to align yourself with life's rhythm. Be fully present. Don't just coast through your days. Feel them. Experience the highs and the lows, the sweat and the struggle, the joys and the wonder. Each moment is an invitation to live deeply and authentically. To wrap it up, this year was wild. And it's proof for me that we're capable of way more than we think. And that there is so much more out there and in here. If you're watching this, consider it your sign to say yes to that big adventure. To start that new thing. To start swinging your metaphorical rope. Or maybe a literal one. But maybe start somewhere where you won't hit anyone. And remember, life's not about having it all figured out. It's about showing up, falling over, laughing at yourself, and trying again. Here's to a new year of walking, balancing, swinging, loving and living. Let's make it count.